Okay, number 3 says that we have a 0.0082 gram sample.
Do you have the pen right?
Contains 0.0015 grams of nickel and 0.0067 grams of iodine. Okay, and so I can write a for every statement for nickel and iodine from our handy dandy periodic table that says for every 1 mole of nickel, there are 58.7 grams of nickel, and remember 6 times 10 to the 23rd, but we decided that we weren't going to do that anymore. We were just going to go grams to moles. I forgot. And so we're going to say then for every blank moles of Ni, there are 0.0015 grams. In order to get there, we had to divide by 39,133. So if I take one and divide it by 39,133, I get a very, very teeny tiny number. So 2.55 times 10 to the negative 5th.
Dad, you can zoom out.
Yes, I could, Lucas. Okay. And then I'll do the iodine one. So we had, when we write our original for every statement, we had for every 1 mole of I, there are 126.9 grams of I. Okay, and these black statements are always true. And so then I'm going to do a new for every statement for every blank moles of I.
Except that one.
Okay, Lucas. There are 0.0067 grams of I. Okay, and so then I got to figure out the relationship between those two. And so to get there, by 18,940. So I'm going to divide this one by 18,940. And I get 0.28 times 10 to the negative 5th. And so our negative 5th doesn't really matter. I can cross those off. And I'm really just comparing 2.55 to 5.28.
We're using the drama.
Lucas. And so when I compare those two values, oops, sorry about that, guys. So when I compare those two values, I find that they're basically a 1-to-2 ratio. So that would mean that my formula would be 1 Ni for every 2 BRs. Sorry about that, not BR. It would actually be 1 Ni for every 2 Is. Because this would be a 1-to-2 ratio. Okay, I hope that helps. You've just got the other 3 to go. Let me just quickly give you the answers.
Who are you talking?
I'm talking to my students. Okay, so this is MgN2O6, or we could, the really correct answer is Mg parentheses NO3 2. This is part B. And I know we don't know that yet, but I just wanted to give you kind of a preview. And then part C, the answer, and this is also in your packet, but just in case, is going to be Mg at S2O3 And part D is K2SNO3. I just want to mention that if you put these in a different order, like you put the N before the Mg or the O or any of those kinds of things, so long as you have proportionally them right, like if you had for this one, if you had a 1 to 2 to 6 ratio, no matter what order you put them in, that would be correct at this point, because we don't really have a reason for why the Mg comes before the S comes before the O right now. So we'll talk more about that later on. I hope that helps. Bye.